All righty, everyone. Welcome Thursday night opportunity, Immunotech opportunity, and product call. My name is Angelo Licari, and I live here in San Antonio, Texas, with my wife and two beautiful children. Our goal in this call is to help you learn how a unique product, precursor of glutathione, became the opportunity of our lives. It's a very bold statement, but we have science, we have logic, we have emotion, we have real people with real testimonies, with real stories, who also believe the same thing, that this is the opportunity of our lifetime. Immunotech is the company that it's a multi-level network marketing company, and we are very proudly shouting it from the rooftops, excited about this network marketing opportunity that's available for everyone, anyone that wants to get started. Immunotech, just so you know, started as a research and development company 40 years ago, just researching a product, and what we have today is our flagship product, our top product, called Immunocal. And so there was 20 years of investigations and science and research going on before Immunotech even entered into the network marketing industry. And it's important to note that, through the decades, even before, many, many years ago, scientists, doctors, those research people that do things that I don't do, were researching looking for a way to raise our glutathione levels in our body. And you may not know what that is, glutathione, but it is a small molecule. It's inside of every single one of our cells. It is extremely, extremely important for the functioning of our body, and without glutathione, we would die. Now, the number one, what does glutathione do? What is it? Well, the number one function that glutathione does is that it builds our immune system. And you can go and find this out yourself. You can go to pdr.net. It's basically the physician's desk reference online. Every doctor has this. That's basically every doctor's Bible. You can go there yourself and check this out. You can read about Immunocal. Just type Immunocal in the search bar, and you can read all about what it does and what glutathione. It even talks about glutathione, obviously, because our product is scientifically proven to raise glutathione, in your body. But building your immune system. We all have an immune system. We all need a strong immune system. One of the number one functions of glutathione is that it does build our immune system. And in the pdr.net, it says glutathione is essential for the immune system to exert it at its full potential. We need to have glutathione for our immune system to be strong and be at its full potential. It also, glutathione detoxifies our cells, our organs, our lungs. It's basically a general detox of our body. It energizes our cells, and it's the master antioxidant. It also, PDR.net, it says it plays a fundamental role in numerous metabolic and biochemical reactions, listen to this, such as DNA synthesis and repair. Right in the PDR it says that. Are you kidding me? We have this product on our hands with this amazing claims that it's right in the PDR. We also have medical validations, over 70 patents. And this is another thing that, I talk about the opportunity of our life. It's because of one of the main reasons is this is the opportunity of our life is because of this product that we have. In 2008, Luc Montagnier, he was the Nobel Prize winner in medicine for his discovery of the HIV virus. He wrote a book called Oxidative Stress and Cancer and AIDS and Neurodegenerative Diseases. In his 42nd chapter of his book, he talks about Immunocal and how we need Immunocal and how it's very, very essential for keeping our immune system strong. And without that, we have problems in our life, basically. Without glutathione, we have issues. If you have low glutathione levels, you're going to get sick. So that's all scientifically proven, We do have clinical studies that prove how effective Immunocal is in treatments of cancer, diabetes, and HIV. Basically, the health of all people in the coming years will depend on their levels of glutathione. Now, talk about dosage and administration. It even, people don't. I've heard, you shouldn't use the word doses when talking about our product because it's not a medicine. You're right. We are not a medicine. We are a natural product. Listen to what the PDR says. I have to go back to it because there's science right in here. For mild to moderate health challenges, you need 20 grams a day, which is 2 pouches of our product. Two times a day you need to take it. We have clinical trials with patients with AIDS, cancer, chronic fatigue syndrome, and they're recommended 3 to 4 pouches a day, and without ill effect. It's incredible. We have it all sitting right in front of us, PDR.net. You can go read about it. You know, and basically, our product is so good that millions of people will be taking our product in the coming years out of necessity. It's just a fact. It's a unique product. No one else has what we have. And you can do your own research on it. And Immunotech is a very unique company. Unlike any other company, we had 20 years of scientific research and millions and millions and millions of dollars invested in our product before we were a network marketing company. There's nothing. Who's going to invest these millions of dollars in 20 years without even making any money off of it? You don't hear of that kind of stuff going on. But we have it. We have the unique product, and we have an opportunity. And that's what I want to get into next, an opportunity to really create some income, to create some wealth, because only consultants have an opportunity like you and me to earn some money on this. So it is just, I just get so excited talking about it every day, waking up and just being in this position. And I'm just thankful that my wife and I were able to find out about Immunotech 7 years ago. And if you're hearing this information for the first time, it's the same information we heard. It's just that we heard it 7 years ago, but you have the same opportunity as anyone has. So it's about you and taking advantage of it. But I want to talk about our next our invite that we have on this call. Lori Calaveras is with us. She's an executive diamond, has been with Immunotech for many, many years. And I just want to make sure, Lori, are you there with us?
I am here.
Awesome. First of all, Lori, thank you for getting in and taking the time out. I know you have a very busy schedule, and it's the first of the month here, so we're all just getting ready to get this month started. We have, again, I think I don't know the numbers yet, but I know volume across Immunotech has been very, very good, very high, and I know we're constantly breaking records with new volume and new people coming on board with us and seeing the vision that we have. Lori, if you could, can you take us back a little bit? I know you've been with Immunotech. You have to tell us how many years now, but take us back into how you came into Immunotech and what you saw back then when you saw Immunotech.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I've been here 20 years. So, yeah,
wow.
I started with Wally basically the same day. So,
okay.
You know what? After hearing you just talk about the product and the PDR.net, which I have never been to, I've read the PDR, but I've never gone to PDR.net. I want to resign, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I started 20 years ago. Basically, how I got involved is I was married at the time. I'm no longer with him, but I was married at the time, and previous to that, I had started in direct sales. So I was doing party plan. I was out doing lingerie parties, you know, like Tupperware parties, home parties.
Sure.
And loved it. Had a great time, you know, and I had some success with it. But I had answered an ad for my husband at the time, and it was for a network marketing company, which is where I met Wally Kralik, who was your featured guest last week, and he's now a platinum distributor. And they were with a company that was basically selling a juice. And, you know, I went to that meeting and, you know, basically I fell in love with the concept because I was out, you know, slugging lingerie and all this stuff and doing parties, you know, several times a week. And I saw this different concept. So I fell in love with the network marketing industry. And that's kind of where I met Wally. And, you know, what happened there was, you know, they'd come across Immunotech by accident through John Solider, who's, you know, a senior platinum distributor, and they saw a product that was basically unheard of in this industry, you know, with all the stuff that you just said, with all the research and the patents and the people behind it, John Molson behind it, and John Molson is, you know, a very, very big name here in Canada. So we all drove down and, you know, fell in love with the company, but I do want to backtrack because, you know, I was a very different background than a lot of people. You know, I started, you know, I dropped out of high school. I got married at 19 years old. You know, I had about a year and a half later, I had my first child. And a year and a half after that, I had my second child. So I'm in my early 20s, basically no education, but I always had a passion for entrepreneurship, and I dabbled in things. I even got my real estate license, but I didn't last at that because you can't do that with two young kids. You have to really commit. So so I basically saw this industry, and at the same time when I started, I was driving a school bus, and I did both. Yeah, I was doing that, for the same reason I do network marketing today, because at that time it gave me a bit of flexibility to stay at home with the kids. So, that's kind of how Immunotech came into my life way back then, and that would be through Wally, and I really owe him, my life now. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how all different people in Immunotech, how they enter and how they were talked to by a person, and maybe the person that talked to them is not here today, obviously not in your situation. Wally's here, He's on the call tonight with us, but everyone comes into Immunotech through a different channel, through a different person, and to think that you've been here 20 years and to think that if Wally would have never spoken to you about it, who knows what would have happened, and it's mind-blowing, to see now that you have 20 years with Immunotech, and today you're still here, very happy, obviously, happier than ever, still receiving a commission check after all those years. It really is a testimony to how solid our company is, with what we have. And if you can, talk to us a little bit about your kids too, Lori, and how many kids do you have, and how has their lifestyle has benefited, I guess, to Immunotech and being able for you to build your business, when you have the time, and to build it at your own pace, and being able to be with your kids as well. Tell us how they benefited from it.
Well, it's huge, and it basically, when I started in the industry, the kids were young, because I had about 5 years before Immunotech with the lingerie, et cetera. So, and then when Immunotech happened, it was shortly after that I ended up a single mom. And so that's when I had to sort of start to make some decisions and taking this a little more seriously. But, from when they were younger, you have the things. I see you on Facebook with your young kids, and it just takes me so back. But when they were younger, you're the mom or dad that is able to be at home with them. You're the one that can, go to the school with all their functions and their trips and all of those things that, they don't forget those things. And so fast forward as they started growing up, I was able to, put my daughter through university, and that was debt-free, and that was as a single mother too, and my son, he went to a trade school. But, really important what they got out of it, because when you're in this business, you're surrounded by people like you and people like Wally and people that are on the phone, and we do a lot of personal growth. I mean, I've grown tremendously. You do, and so they learn that too. I mean, even just I remember going on trips and having the CDs in there, and so they just mentioned it recently that all those times that they used to complain, but all of that stuff is in their head now. So it's been really a blessing for the kids, and now I'm a grandma, so now I have an 8 and 9-year-old, and so they, we able to take them on trips, and I've set up an education fund for them, and that's all because of this business.
That's right. Wow. You're at a later stage in life. You have older kids, and I'm going through. My wife and I are going through what you have already gone through with raising small kids, and it really is. You just can't put a price tag of being able to wake up and write your own schedule. And for me, now our son, he's not in a crib anymore, so he just comes into our room in the morning, and I don't have to rush off to work. I don't have to rush off and do anything. I can spend time with him. I can read him a book in the morning if he needs, and you're right, it does go fast. He's 3 now, and these 3 years it seems like he was born yesterday, so you hit home for me anyway. One of my, obviously our dream is just to be able to spend time with our kids and sow into their lives and be able to impact their lives the way I want them to, and not have someone else raise them. And we share the same thing, the same idea on that. So it is truly a blessing to be able to do that, and it's opportunities there for anyone. Lori, now I want to ask you to give me one or two of the the top health testimonies that you've seen. Maybe it's your personal testimony or someone in a close family member that you've seen either with any of our products. Obviously, Immunocal is probably the one that's you're gonna talk about. But if there's other products as well that even Cogniva I know is just came out as well. So share with us some of your top testimonies that you've seen.
I've got so many I could be here all night with them, and I know we got to try and really stay compliant. We got to stay compliant, but. There's a couple, one that really stands out, and she may be on the call tonight, is part of my story there. When I didn't share. When I got divorced, I was fairly new into Immunotech, a couple of years into Immunotech. I don't even know it was that long ago, and I ended up leaving the business for a couple of years. Your life has changed, and I don't have to get into that, but I ended up leaving for a couple of years, and I ended up working corporately. And during that time, I met a woman, and her name is Fosta McGee. She's from British Columbia here in Canada, and we became friends. And she was a consultant for the company that I was working for, and she was very sick and basically had called in her family, and I asked her, she what was wrong, and without saying any words, basically she had a very serious blood disorder. I'll leave it at that. And I said to her, I'm going to send you something. And I sent her 4 boxes of product. I said, this is what it does. It raises your glutathione. I said, look it up. That's all I can say because I'm in a conflict of interest here. And I sent that to her. That was in 2004. And she is still here with us today.
Wow.
She took the product. She, immediately started just feeling better, just a sense of wellness, and then of course her blood markers had changed and so now there was, real evidence. So that to me, and she said to me at that time, she said, Lori, her exact words were, you're my angel, and this is a sign. And she left what she was doing, and she said, I'm going to do this with or without you. So at that time it was when I was just, getting ready to put Candace through school, and, I quit what I was doing and came back here full time. And wow. It's now 2017, and Fosta looks amazing. She's still here with us, and went and bought, and, she went and built a huge business herself. So that story itself, and she's one of my best friends now. So wow. That is what we have in this business. And,
yes.
It's just so amazing. I'll do one without even a human, and this is, because I can say my
sure.
own dog. And the reason I like to share an animal story is a lot of people will think it's in your head, or, they think of the placebo. My dog had a stroke, basically, and if for any animal lovers on the call, that that your pets, if you're an animal lover, just like your children, and she. She had all symptoms of a human, the drooling mouth, couldn't walk, she lost the balance, partly paralyzed on the side. And literally within 1 week, she was normal after giving her Immunocal. And
wow.
It's like, yeah. And, they don't know what you're giving them. And
right.
She's still on it today, and that was several years ago. So that's just a couple of stories. But, over 20 years, we have thousands and thousands and thousands of stories that are just, it really is. I think it's a miracle product.
Yes, I agree. That's why we're growing at the rate that we're growing, and have the amount of people coming in every month and doing reorders all the time, because people feel a difference with the product. It really does work, and there's science that backs it up. So that's exactly right. Question for you. One more question for you, Lori. When, let's say you have someone that they just say, hey, I just want the product. I don't want to do anything with the business right now. Just show me I just want to try the product. Are you taking advantage of our customer packs? How are you handling that?
You know what? I do. It might be a little different than other people, but I show them both, because basically I'll say great, because we have a fantastic customer program. And, I say you can get the product right to your door every month. You can cancel at any time. You can change it at any time, which a lot of people do. And you get a 20% discount, ongoing. But let me just show you the difference. And, because we do have packs that, there's a try it pack. So if they just sit and want that, I call it the try it pack. I don't know if that's the name or not, but we've got some packages that have been very effective where people can get, 2 Immunical or the 2 Platinum or one of each at, below our cost, basically.
Right.
And they can try that out and then decide after that. But I like to show them the difference because, I might just say, Angela, so I'll explain what I just shared there. On the other hand, if you ever thought of even sharing it just with a few of your family members, if you were a consultant, then you would get paid on it. The company would give you a referral fee, and if you're a customer, you don't get that. So either way is fine because you know what? Customers are just as important as consultants, but I do like them to know the difference and the benefits. But that Try It pack has been very effective.
Wow. And can you go through a little bit of what as a consultant, tell us some of the benefits, obviously, that you would get with coming into the consultant and a little bit greater discount, I believe. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah, you've got a better discount, so you've got at least a 30% discount. With the last year or two, maybe even 2 years now, which has been beautiful, they've created some new auto ship plans, so people that want a monthly order. And you have to be a consultant to be able to take advantage of that. And some of those are upwards of, 42, depending on the package, 40, 42, 44, percent discount. So they've been phenomenal. So only a distributor can get that. And of course, if they do share with their mom or dad or sister, even if they don't want to build a business, but they just share with a few of their loved ones because the product's so fantastic, they will get a commission on it instead of it rolling up to somebody else. And then, with all those things, they get, a lot of people think it's that you have all this work to do, that the company basically provides you with a phenomenal website, a customer service that is there, all the time for you. And all of that comes when you join as a distributor. They ship for you. They collect the money for you. So there's no inventory, there's no nothing. So there's a lot more benefits to being a consultant that, even if you just want to share with a couple of people, but the discounts itself are amazing. And most people end up telling other people about it, and that's how our business grows. There's one thing I wanted I said this to somebody the other day, and I think it's key when you're looking at a business, is that if you have a product, because we have a whole product line that we don't always talk about, and they're all amazing, but for obvious reasons, Immunical is our flagship product. If you are looking at a company and, ask yourself the question, would you take the product if you made money or not? If you quit the business, would you still take the product? And the answer in our business is yes, we would. And I think that's really key to long-term growth because even me after 20 years, there's a lot of people that I have that don't do the business. A big majority don't do the business, but they're still using the product. And that, is really key for future growth because I know there's a lot of other companies there where people buy the product on a monthly basis just to really qualify for their check. It's not about the love of the product. So I really think that that's a key factor.
Well, exactly, and we are a family of 4. I take 2 a day. My wife takes 2. We give 1 each to our kids. That's 6 boxes a month, and
exactly.
Regardless, whether or not I'm in the business or not, I'm going to do that for the health of us and our children, and not, it's all about you don't wait till you get sick to do something about it. You prevent it, and we haven't. None of our kids, 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, neither of them have been to a pediatrician. They never get sick. Even when they're when they're growing, they go through growing spurts a little bit. They'll get a little cold because they're growing and they have pain in their bodies. But other than that, we have never had to go. And why would I stop giving something so beneficial to my kids? So that's exactly right. Well, Lori, thank you so much for being in. I'm going to close up this call and talk about a few points I want to highlight here. But thank you for getting in tonight, Lori. You bet. You have a wonderful night.
Thank you.
Lori talked about, coming in, you can enter Immunotech as a customer or as a consultant. We do have great packs on both ends. Obviously, there's greater discount as a consultant. My wife and I chose to do the consultant pack 7 years ago. And this story, from us starting at ground zero, just like you guys all on this call, have an opportunity to do. We didn't know anyone in the Dominican Republic. We didn't know anyone in Canada. And we started talking to people. And through people who talk to people who talk to people who talk to people, all of a sudden they knew someone in the Dominican Republic. And now we have over 10 diamonds. Diamond consultants, on average makes about $70,000 to $75,000 a year. We have 10 of those people in the Dominican Republic, and we never knew anyone in that country. And if you come in as a customer, you won't be able to receive commissions. You're just a customer buying the product, and that's fine. As a consultant, you get to receive commissions, and you get paid for building a network of people consuming the product, sharing the product, or whatever, if they just want to consume whatever it is. And that's where we get our name, network marketing. And it's a humongous industry. Just for those that maybe not know, it's a $182 billion a year industry, blowing away many of our big industries, the NFL, movie industry, natural foods industry. None of those industries even get up to $100 billion a year. Network marketing, $182 billion a year. And you know what? Why Immunotech is the best option for someone looking for, if you're looking for an opportunity. We all need it. You don't always want to put all your eggs in one basket. Maybe you have a full-time job and that's your main source of income. Maybe you have a business, that you're working, and that's your main source of income. If you talk to anybody that has any bit of wisdom about business and what you need to do financially, you need to have multiple streams of income coming in. You can lose a job in a beat of a hat. Anything can happen to your business. Things happen. You need to have another option, another income. And that's how we started, as Immunotech was an option for us, and now it's becoming our full-time income. And it's, just like Lori and Wally and John Soller and Doug, all these people who I've had on the call, on this call, it's become our full-time income, starting from part-time income to becoming a full-time income. And, what did some of us do? We wanted more out of life. We didn't want to do the same thing every day. And we entered into this industry, and if you notice on these calls, there's people from young to old, women and men, across all different walks of life, that are building their business and having success doing it. And it doesn't matter where your background is, your education, anything. You can get paid recommending our product with 40 years of research, and we have amazing, like Lori said, many, many more products as well. But what did we want? We wanted more out of life. We wanted to do something different. We wanted to change our family tree and be able to give something more than just maybe a small inheritance to our kids. We wanted to pass down a legacy, something that our kids are going to be able to benefit from years and years and years to come. And so we chose to get out of our comfort zone and start talking to people about our opportunity and about our product. And that choice, for many, many consultants now, we're our numbers, if you can look and see Immunotech's numbers over the past 7 years, how we have grown at an astronomical rate. It's incredible to watch and to be a part of this growing company that has so many things going for us. We will be opening new countries shortly as well here, either this year or early next year. It's just such amazing to be a part of this team. And, the corporate team as well is something I want to talk about. We have such an amazing corporate team, people of character, and when looking at an opportunity, you have to go to the top. You got to see who are the people at the top, and that's always important. We did that. We went to Canada ourselves when we are checking it out. You don't have to do that, but we did, just to see if these people were real people and what kind of people we were dealing with. And we found out that Immunotech has people of character, even right from the leaders, from the consultants like me that were, supposedly on the top, and the executives. And it's people of character that, that have ethics, that have honesty and integrity. And that was something that was more important than anything for me, because if you don't have those things, whether you have a good product or compensation plan, you have people on top that are crooked, so to speak, it's going to fall. But we don't have that here. So there's just so many benefits to what we have. And so it's about you and you getting out of your comfort zone, saying, yes, I'm going to change my life. I'm going to move forward. And your life, I always like to say it, your life begins at the end of your comfort zone. You need to do something different. You need to get out. You need to get out of your comfort zone and build your business for yourself, for your family, and you won't regret it. Just like, Lori now 20 years ago, she saw Immunotech, and she's still here today, very, very happy. So June 10th coming up here, June 10th, DoubleTree Hotel, Orlando, by the Orlando Airport. University, many platinum consultants will be there, including myself. All day long. It's only $39. I think you have 3 days left to get the $39. And at 8:30 in the morning it starts. You get to know our company, get to know our products more, and a little bit of who we are. And it's an amazing event that you need to be at. And we just are so excited for you and you getting started in your business. Get with the person that invited you on this call. This call is recorded, and I'm gonna put out a YouTube. I have a YouTube channel I just started as well, just Angelo Licari, and you can find this call if you want to share it with anyone as well. So with that, I'm gonna let you all go. Have a great night. Have a great month of June. It's gonna be another record month, I bet, for Immunotech. And we will take this call off of recording and open up the lines. Give me 1 second.